Ayodhya Ch, chapter number 79. So far we have seen that the ministers and others request Bharatha to occupy the throne of King Dashratha because Dashratha, Rama and Lakshmana are absent. Therefore, Bharatha is the only one who is eligible to occupy the position of king. This looks like a very reasonable request. However, Bharata does not agree with this. Verse 6. Abhishechan bandham kritva sarva pradakshinam Bharata tam janam sarvam pratyuvacha dhrita vrata. Bharata, firm in his vows, circumambulated all the articles procured in connection with consecration and replied to them as follows. Bharata does a pradakshina, which is a clockwise circumambulation of the materials for the coronation. First of all, every king should realize that position of being a king to the people is not a place of privilege. It is a place of great responsibility. Therefore, they cannot take that position for granted. Of course, in the previous years, those kings lived for hundreds and thousands of years, like King Dashratha lived for 60,000 years. So obviously he must have ruled for a very long time. Since that exact duration is not mentioned, I cannot really say that. But it's quite guaranteed that he ruled for a very long time because that much is mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. And after him, Rama ruled the world for 11,000 years and so on and so forth. However, now we see that people take the position of great power but assume none of the responsibility, or at least they don't show any responsibility whatsoever. In the 100th chapter of Ayodhya Ch, Bharata is questioned by Lord Rama as to whether he is performing the kingly duties as is prescribed in the scriptures, and there are multiple symptoms, and we will go through them when we reach the 100th chapter. It's pretty obvious that nobody is following all those regimens right now. That's why there is no Varnashrama Dharma, and this world is just going further and further into this realm of Kali. But that's another topic altogether. Now, coming back to the topic at hand, why did Bharata circumambulate the articles meant for coronation? So the first reason is that it is a position of great responsibility. Therefore, he cannot take it very lightly. But we already know that Bharata is not going to use those articles for coronation. So why is he doing that? Why? Because those articles for coronation are not meant for him, they are meant for Lord Rama. So anything that belongs to Lord Rama should be absolutely revered by his devotee. Therefore, Bharata circumambulates the articles of coronation. Now, another extremely important point. How does Valmiki describe Bharata? Valmiki calls Bharata as Dridha Vrata, the one who is extremely firm in his vows. He took a vow in front of Mother Kaikeyi about 14 days ago that he is not going to usurp the kingdom of his brother, and he is going to go into the forest and beg and plead and entreat and beseech and cajole and coax his brother into coming back to Ayodhya and assume his rightful place as king of this entire world. And now he is giving that indication Valmiki Muni is giving us that indication that Bharata, whatever he spoke 14 days earlier, is what he is going to speak even now. Even under such temptation, even under the guise of doing something that's right, Bharata will not do something that is wrong. Bharata was and will always remain a devotee of Lord Rama. He is the servant of Lord Rama, and he has no inclination to change that whatsoever. He is always going to be the servant of Lord Rama. Then how can he take something that belongs to Lord Ram? The kingdom of Ayodhya belongs to Lord Rama, hence how can Bharata take over that kingdom? Therefore, over here, Bharata is worshipping the articles of coronation because they belong to Rama. They indicate that Rama is going to become the next king of Ayodhya per the wishes of the previous king of Ayodhya, King Dashrath. So this is a very important concept. Valmiki does not write or say anything frivolously. There is nothing that's farcical about what he has written. So if Valmiki explicitly says that Bharata circumambulated the coronation articles, then there is a reason why he has put that in there. And that is to teach us the level of affection that Bharata has for Lord Rama. Verse 7. Jeshtasya rajata niyatam uchita hi kulasya na evam bhavanta mam vaktum arhanti kushala jana. It is a holy tradition in our race that the eldest son takes the crown. It does not become your loyalty and good sense to speak to me otherwise. So in the very first sentence itself, Bharata says that he is not going to accept the crown. And in this verse itself, he says that it is not dharma for me to accept the crown because the traditions of the Ikshvakus is that the oldest son always occupies the throne. Therefore, how can I go against the traditions of my family? It is not possible. Therefore, in the first verse itself, the first reply that Bharata gives, he goes against the orders and the requests of the ministers and says that this is not the righteous path because the traditions of a family dictate that only the eldest son occupies the throne and the others serve him diligently. So Ikshvaku, as we know, had 100 sons, and we see King Nimi, we see King Danda, but the next heir to the throne was King Kukshi, as we have seen before during the Sita Rama Kalyan. And we will hear about Nimi and Danda in Uttarakhand, so I'm not going to talk about them right now. But the fact of the matter is that the oldest son becomes the king, and that's about it. And Bharata is very clear about this concept. That is what is most amazing, that he did not succumb to peer pressure and say, okay, fine, if this is what you guys want, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take care of everyone. No. His thought is that Rama should be the one to take care of everybody, and he is Rama's servant. Verse 8. Rama purvo hino bhrata bhavishyati mahipati aham tu aranye vatsyami varshani navapanchacha. Rama came into the world before me and deserves the crown better. I have decided to reside in the wild woods for 9 and 5 years. Of course, over here, Bharata was still working under the assumption that Rama is going to return to Ayodhya and become the king. And just to make sure that his father's words are not proven false, he himself will reside in the forest for 14 years. And then one son will become the king and the other son gets to stay in the forest. But then Rama, as we all know, refused to return to Ayodhya prior to the 14 years of his exile. And by giving Bharata his sandals, Rama deputed Bharata to take over the kingdom. However, Bharata did not want to usurp his brother's kingdom as well. Therefore, we will see at the end of Ayodhya Kand, in the 115th chapter of Ayodhya Kand, when Bharata installs the Padaka, and we call that the Padaka Pattabhishek chapter, Valmiki very clearly mentions that Bharata did not do a single thing without asking the permission of Rama's sandals. That is the importance of Rama's sandals, because they are the representative of Rama himself. And right now, Bharata is saying that I'm going to reside in the forest for 14 years. But Rama's order is that Bharata should stay in the city for 14 years. So Bharata had to follow his brother's orders. Whatever Rama said was more important to him than his own pledge. Therefore, he lives like an ascetic on the outskirts of the city, protecting Rama's kingdom for 14 years. He did not wear royal clothes. He wore ordinary bark clothes. He was ragged, dressed in matted hair and jute and dress of bark. He was extremely sad. But despite those emotions, he had that responsibility to carry out Rama's orders. And even though he was not in the proper forest like Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana, he lived exactly as they did. Bharata lived like Rama. His brother was in the forest for 14 years eating only plain roots and fruits. So did Bharata. But Bharata had a responsibility to fulfill Rama's orders. So even though he is saying over here that he is going to reside in the forest for 14 years and he does not do so, it is because Rama wanted him to take care of the kingdom, and Rama's orders meant more to Bharata than his own pledge. Verse 9. Yujyata mahati sena chaturanga mahabala anayashyami aham jeshtam bhrataram raghavam vanat. Let the great and powerful army of 4 divisions be marshaled. I will bring back my eldest brother Rama from the forest. Chaturanga means the 4 divisions of the army, and they are chariots, elephants, horses, and infantry. And Bharata wants to give the royal welcome to Lord Rama. A king is always followed by his Chaturanga divisions of the army, and Bharata wants to make sure that Rama knows that he is the king, and therefore he commands the 4 divisions of the army, and therefore all 4 of them are subservient to Rama. There was absolutely no blemish in Bharata's thought process, even though there were others who thought that Bharata is having this huge army to vanquish Rama and Lakshmana in the forest and usurp the kingdom of Lord Ram. But Valmiki makes it very clear that Bharata had nothing but the noblest intentions in his heart. And he wants the entire army to bring Rama back to Ayodhya with great pomp and ceremony. Verse 10. Abhishekchanikam chaiva sarvam etat upaskritam purah kritya gamishyami Rama hetor vanam prati. Keeping in front all the assembled requisites needed for consecration, I shall proceed to the forest for the sake of bringing back Rama. Bharata reveals why he wants to take all the assembled requisites needed for consecration into the forest. Verse 11. Tatra eva tam naravyagharam abhishicya pura kritam anyashyami tu vai ramam havyavaham iva advarat. With these self-same articles of coronation shall I install Rama as our king, even in the wild glades of Dandaka where he abides. I will see him brought back to Ayodhya, the great-souled one, even as the priests bring the three fires in holy procession from the sacrificial hall. Rama is referred to as Naravyagra, that means the tiger amongst men, or the best amongst men. And he is known as Havya Vaham Iva, like the sacrificial fire. Just as how the priests bring the sacrificial fire from one place to the other, similarly, Bharatha, the priest, is going to bring the sacrificial fire, something that's so sacred, that is Rama, from Dandaka forest into Ayodhya. When Rama left Ayodhya about a month ago, he was wearing the bark of trees as his robes. Therefore, when Rama returns, he is going to be dressed in finery and royal robes and the crown of Ikshvaku. And guess what? In a way, Rama does fulfill these wishes of Bharata. He reaches Nandigrama after 14 years, and then they go to River Sarayu, remove all the matted hair and the bark robes and all that, and they dressed in finery, and then they return to Ayodhya in full pomp and splendor. That was the wish of Bharata, and Rama makes sure that he fulfills the wishes of his devotees. Even though it is a little delayed, but he does fulfill those wishes. This is the infinite mercy of Lord Ram.